Hello guys, today we're taking a look at a scenario where civilization starts over. This is episode 7, and as a brief recap of what happened last episode, I don't remember, it happened so long ago. Oh yeah, we have this nation forming, we have this breakaway right here, we have, I don't remember, this is not new. Like I said, I recorded the last episode like a week ago, something like that, half a week ago, something like that. Doesn't matter, but I don't remember what happened in last episode, but it doesn't really matter that much. We're just going to be taking a look at what happens today, which will start off with the exploration of northern Africa. So this Egyptian country looks really ugly, but we'll just leave it. I'm going to they're basically going to start exploring the northern coast of like Libya, and these Tunisians are going to explore down south because they want to expand their country, of course. So they get to here and then they meet up with these explorers. They do have a language barrier, but they realize that it's not like a new civilization they're also exploring. So the northern coast of Africa has been explored, and with that we're going to have the Tunisian country expand their knowledge over in northern Africa, and they're also going to expand down south into like the mountainous regions over here, and so does this like purple team. So taking a look at this Tunisian country, they are going to expand their claim all the way to a bunch of these northern African areas. This country is looking very strong right now. Even though they're still weak, they don't have any other major cities besides their capital. So the next event we see happening is a breakaway over here in like northeastern Argon. I'll call this the Argon team because why not? And we see it encapsulates these major cities right here, and it's just like this area in between these countries. This is the land that they really want, but they're going to continue to invade this team until they're granted their independence, and which at this point they are. Alright, taking a look at a peace treaty with the Argon team. The Argon team, wrong layer, hold on. The Argon team is going to get these lands back, and then this country is going to they're going to get to keep this land, and their new capital is going to be right over there. Alright, so taking a look at this Turkish area, they're going to discover these areas, the rest of the this peninsula, whatever it's called, and they're going to go north of these mountains and reach the Caspian Sea. They're going to discover all of these areas, which is basically everything on the Caspian besides like the deserts and the dry lands of like Turkmenistan and Kazakhstan and all that. And we're also going to see them connect up with their claims over here, and we're just going to see these mountains being discovered because I don't really know the specific borders, boundaries, all that with the Caucasus Mountains. So we'll just say that they discovered them because they brought mountain goats or something. So over in this Azerbaijani area, we're going to see a new little country forming up over here. And we're also going to see a like northern Irani country pop up here. This is quite good land. So they form up right over there. And that is all for the Caspian Sea right now. So over here in Central Europe, we're going to see a new country form up over here. This is just a bunch of people from different countries that are going to move here because they want to live in a new country, because why not? And we're going to see this country take this land. And we are going to see these settlements pop up, which are major cities, which are just all the settlements that people actually want to live in big groups. The rest of the land here is just rural land where other people just want to set up a farm or something. And their capital is gonna be right there. Oops. Right there. The next event we see happening is these two countries joining together as one. And it's not like this Albanian country that I'm choosing the color for is gonna have more power or anything. I just liked the color of this country a bit more than the light blue that Greece was. And we see the capital stay in the Albanian country, not because the Albanian country has more power, but because not only does this go through a trade route anyway, it has better trade with the southern Italian team over here. Alright, over here in this Seafoam Green country, we're gonna see a few new countries popping up, or not countries, a few new cities popping up over in the north of this country, or just along the coastline, I guess. We're going to see this gray country, Egypt. Wrong layer again. We're gonna see them change their color to like a goldish color because I hated that gray. It was so ugly. But we're also going to see some expansion to this sea, or this like gulf or whatever. I don't know what it's called. The Suez Gulf, something like that. But with that, we see this country take over where the Suez Canal is. Obviously it's man-made, so it's not going to appear here, but just know I will mention whenever the Suez Canal is built, but it probably won't be built until there's at least countries over here. But we're gonna see this Egyptian country expand down here along the coast because I think it looks better. And we're gonna see more expansion into here. It's kind of desert-ish land, but it's sorry, hold on. Alright, I fixed it. Anyway, we're going to see the creation of a new country. Let me choose the color here. Alright. So we're gonna see this new like Israeli Palestine team. I'll call it Palestine because Palestine existed before Israel. It's a fact rather than an opinion. So don't get me wrong, I'm not gonna share my opinion on that conflict. But Palestine existed before Israel became a country. So anyway, it's going to expand its borders to border this Egyptian country right here. Alright, so I added a bunch of cities, and here are countries that I'm going to add capitals to. So first is the Egyptian team, which I'm pretty sure I did add a capital to. It didn't, I don't know why it's not here, but its capital is right there. I might have deleted it when I was on that layer or something. But anyway, the capital of this Palestinian team is going to be right here. The capital of this Azerbaijani team will be here, and the capital of this team will be right there. Alright, so up next we're going to see the split of this area over here. The pink team is going to get this land, the green team's going to get this land, and the purple team is going to get this land. Something interesting is going to happen with these three nations. So we're first going to add just another city each to each of these, but over here in the middle, in the tri-point right here, we're going to have a split city by 3 ways. It kind of looks ridiculous and crazy, but picture this as Basel in Switzerland, but even more divided among the 3 countries. This leads to our very first alliance. Alright, so these 3 nations, like I said, are going to form an alliance. It's the Triangle Alliance. This is the Triangle Trio for now, because it's only going to have 3 members. But that's what it looks like for now. This is our first alliance map, and we have these 3 that are allied. And it actually looks like these countries are really big. So we'll take a look at that here soon. Alright, so this green team is going to expand their land out this way, and they're going to like expand their land a lot. This country, every time they expand a lot. Alright, so this is like the Polish-Lithuanian Commonwealth type country. Alright, so this Estonian team is going to expand up north like this and expand south like this, which leads to this little panhandle thing in the green team. It's not their fault, but the pink team does claim this land specifically so that they can get more land than what the green team would ideally want. But we also have some funky border stuff going on over here because people just don't want to live here. I don't know. That actually kind of looks really bad. I'll fix that. Alright, that looks a little bit more normal. So the last event we have happening in this video is a revolt, a breakaway in the in this region of the Netherlands country, the Dutch country, and it's just in the area of where Holland is. So this is what the revolt looks like. We also see a green revolt over here in the eastern areas near the German country. I'm not sure if I'm going to call this the German or Dutch country or Danish country. I like the name Danish country though because it started in Denmark and it has all of Denmark. So the Dutch country is like, oh crap, these guys are really quite strong. They're invading at a rapid pace and they're taking over quite a bit of area. And these two rebel groups, they meet up in the central area right here and continue to take over more and more land. So this is what these two rebel groups are going to claim / take over, but that is until we have the red team that is going to invade and take over these areas of the Dutch country. Taking a look at a peace treaty, we have first off a new country that is the same government as the central Dutch country. It's going to be in like where Luxembourg is. This is a new country. And then we have the green team that is going to take this land. Alright, so this red team is going to take this land, which is a good expand for them. And then this purple team is going to get these lands over here. And it looks like that. And finally here we have the old Dutch country. It's going to still exist, but it's going to be significantly smaller. And they get this land back from the rebel groups. But this is what it's going to look like. The partition of the Dutch country. So this green country, I didn't realize this, but it doesn't have it doesn't have a major city. So I'm just going to put a major city right there. And of course the capital city is going to be right there. But the capital of this purple country is going to be right here. And the capital of this new Luxembourg country is going to be right there. These two have the same government. These two, they have, we'll just say they have a similar government too. And that is going to do it for part 6, episode 6 of this series. That is all for today. Thank you for watching, and I'll see you in part 7. Goodbye.